welcome back to my channel, and today I have a lot of new things that I have never even tried to try before to show you guys, and that is, if you can't tell by the title already, a whole bunch of $1 makeup. That's right, $1, and this is not makeup from the dollar store that you go to and you're just like, no. This is stuff I found from MissA.com, and I have just about everything for my face, I think. So I'm really excited to try all these things out because, yes, again, they were literally $1. And it seemed like one of those websites to me that was almost like Wish, but not from China. So I don't know. I'm curious. I've heard of some of these brands before, but I've never tried anything from any of them except for the foundation brand. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and we're gonna go ahead and dive into the makeup. First things first, I do already have my moisturizer on, so that is kind of the other thing I don't have from there, but I didn't really go for the whole skincare. I went more for just the straight up makeup. And so the first thing that I'm going to be showing you guys and trying out is the AOA Wonder Skin Illuminating Primer. This is what it looks like again. So this is what it looks like. It does say that it's going to give the face a luminous glow to eliminate dull skin for a brighter appearance. Yeah, it says you can wear it alone to enhance natural skin tone while reducing fine lines and pores. So for $1, that's a heck of a deal. So you open it up, it's already a little damaged here, but you know, we'll try it. Just to show you first on the skin, it does have kind of a pinky undertone. It is kind of lotiony. It's not silicone-y at all, so I don't think this is going to be filling in my pores at all, even though it says it will reduce fine line and pores, but don't have too many high hopes for that. Just gonna take a little bit on my hands and I'm just gonna apply it like I do all my primers with my hands, but it is thick. It's hard to spread. That was surprising. New face products always make me nervous, especially when they're not the most expensive, because I have very sensitive skin. I can easily break out. I already have like a breakout, like rash thing going on here from my skin reacting badly to something. I still don't know what. So this makes me a little nervous. It felt like lotion going on, but like really thick and really greasy. It's pretty greasy. I'm gonna give it a minute to soak into my skin, see if that goes away, and I'm gonna kind of clean my hands up because now the grease is all over my hands. So the good news is the grease kind of feeling, it is soaking down, it's matting down just a little bit. It still is there, doesn't feel the best on my skin, but we'll see. I probably won't end up saying, you know, go for that option, but you know, I'm not gonna say it yet. Next, I'm going to go in for foundation. I will forewarn you guys, I am aware this is going to be way too dark for my skin right now. We are finally having sun. It is a beautiful day. There are like no clouds in the sky, and I finally feel like I can go outside without having 3 heavy coats on. I'm getting there, and I promise I won't be pale forever. But for now, this is going to be a little bit dark. We're just going to ignore that. I'll highlight my face with some concealer to make up for it. Anyway, the foundation here is the LA Colors Liquid Makeup Foundation. Again, this all came from MissA. So this is the one brand that I've tried stuff for, but I've never tried their foundation. This does, by the way, come in 1 fluid ounce. And this is what it looks like on my hand. Part of it came out like chunky, so I'm not sure. So I'm just going to use my regular kabuki brush to try to apply this on my face, see what's what here. Seriously? Seriously? You guys, this has no coverage. I mean, none. This is sheer. I feel like I'm putting colored water on my skin. Yeah. So again, I know it's too dark. Ignoring that part, you can't even really tell that it is too dark on my skin. It is so stinking sheer. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna go wet my sponge here, and typically with a sponge you'll get better coverage. So I'm gonna go wet this, see, and apply more foundation. I mean, I took like 3 good solid pumps here and there's like nothing. And this pump, by the way, I'm sorry, is a pain in the patootie, because I'm sitting here pumping it and either there's nothing that comes out of it, or this much, which I don't know if you can really see how much, it's a ton, comes out all in one go, and it just started out here and just worked its way around my sponge. I did not plan for that, so that could be better. I mean, again, this is $1, but that time it squirted on my arm. Can you see that? That right there? It squirted on my arm. Working with the sponge is better, by the way. I still am having to go back in. So I think this is about as full coverage as I'm gonna get. The other thing I do want to say, part of the reason I was so surprised by the color being so dramatically off, as this was the second lightest shade that they got. I got the color Creamy Beige, and they had a decent amount of selections. I mean, nothing crazy. But normally the lightest shade is actually too light for me. But this was the second lightest they had, and there's a huge difference here. I will say I had to use like 10 pumps of this thing. And I mean, I feel like I'm going to use up half of this in one day, which is an exaggeration, but that's kind of how I feel. I used so much to just try to get this much coverage, and I still have so much pink coming down here, pink in my cheeks. I have a little acne right here that's coming through. But even though it's $1, I'm going to say pass on this particular foundation. Now, this website had a ton of different options, but the foundation goes by so fast on those websites that I didn't have an opportunity to grab any other types of foundation except for this one. And again, it turned out way too dark, but I'm not impressed by it at all so far. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on to concealer. And for concealer, I have the UHD concealer, and looks like this, if you can see it. And it says to apply a small amount with fingertips or brush and smooth edges evenly to blend. And this does come in 0.28 ounces. So you do have like this little brush felt tip here, which I'll try using. I mean, why not? The sun is in my eyes, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm happy to have it, but geez. So it was a little confusing for me at first. It's kind of like the other brush, or the foundation, where if you squirt it too much, it's like gonna explode, but you have to squeeze it hard enough to get it onto the brush. So, and I'm gonna use a lot to make up for the fact that my foundation is way too dark. I'm gonna go back in with my brush here, and okay, maybe I'm gonna go back with my sponge here. Yeah, this isn't working. This is not good. It's not good, you guys. Abort. Abort. Not looking good, you guys. It's not looking good. Yeah, I was able to mostly blend that out, which I was a little afraid I wasn't going to. So note to self, try new concealers. Do one part at a time, because you don't know if you're going to be able to blend it out. But eventually I did. And I'm feeling a little bit better about the color of my skin now. But there's pink. Like, it just moved my foundation. It didn't actually cover anything up. There's pink. More pink showing now than there was before I had the concealer on. More irritation down here. It didn't actually like cover anything up. And it was a super weird texture. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was liquidy and it was thick. So you would think if it was so thick, it would be able to cover so much, but it didn't. It just smeared. And I ended up having to like go in, not only with my brush, but with my sponge here and like smear it on, because tapping it, even with a damp brush, was not really doing anything to move this stuff. But now that it's on my face, it feels dry. Like, I don't even know. It's like drying. I was able to get it on, and it doesn't look spectacular. This isn't exactly like my best makeup job ever, but it's on. So I'm going to try to set this to keep it in place as much as possible, because I'm not feeling too promising, or it's not feeling too promising. So I'm going to go in with my AOA Perfect Setting Powder, and this is what it looks like. Also, so far the applicators and all these kind of suck. I'm just going to take my tiny little sponge here and just kind of try to bake the under eye a little bit. keep what little bit of concealer might still be on my face from creasing. Try not to make this look any worse than it probably already will be. Do my best, you guys. I did my best. I did my best. I'm just realizing, of course, as I'm starting to bake, that I have this kit right here that might have a better concealer in it. This is the one thing that was more than $1, and this is the Heart Me, oh, it's not Heart Me, it's the Makeover Essentials Contouring Kit, and this looks a little bit more promising than some of the other things I have here. You open it up and it comes in this nice little tin. It tells you how to contour for your face shape. But it's in this nice little metal tin, so this actually looks nice. I like this packaging. And it has a nice little mirror in here. And then it's got, oh, they're powder. I might use some of these. Then it's got some highlighting shades, and then it's got some darker shades here. So what I might do, see if I can save face a little bit, pun intended, is just this way. By the way, as I'm looking in this mirror, my face is so splotchy. Everything is so uneven as far as consistency goes. This looks so bad. So bad. Like, it is breaking up around here. There's barely any coverage here. There's more coverage other places. Like, just, if I were to walk out in the street right now and somebody were to look at me, they'd be like, bitch has never worn makeup in her life. What's she doing? What's she doing? She need help. This stuff is making me sassy. Like, that's how bad it is. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm normally not this sassy, but it's happening. I'm gonna have to try this on its own because my face is ruined. It's just ruined. But I am gonna move on. We're gonna try to still work some of these out. Hopefully some more things will work out. And so first I'm gonna go back into this contouring kit, and with a brush, I'm gonna go into this lighter shade right here, and I'm gonna use that as bronzer to warm up my face. I don't want anything too dark or too much because that foundation was so much already. I'm gonna try the darker color because that's not doing anything. There's pigment. That's better. So this shade, funny enough, didn't really do much. I didn't see anything with it, but then I went into the darker color for my cheeks, and I went to this middle color right here for the rest of my face, and those worked a lot better. So this I like this was worth, like, I think the $5 I spent on it. I recommend this. I didn't use it a lot, and again, I'll continue to use this when I don't have this other terrible stuff on my face. But so far, we finally have a winner, you guys. We finally have a winner. So for blush, then I have this Amuse Cosmetics blush right here. It feels a little loose, like it came loose in the shipping, and that she kind of had a rough go of it. Oh, she's supposed to. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and it's kind of like the Physicians Formula. So let's see how the blush works. I have a little too much on my brush, but that's pretty. Like that I can do. I can do the blush. Take a clean brush here. Yeah, so I'm taking this brush because I just have too much on my brush. I wasn't sure how pigmented it would be. And I just kind of lightly tapped it in to see, and it's pretty darn pigmented, and it's a really pretty color, so I think I have another win, which means we are headed in the right direction. Thumbs up for the blush. So for highlight, I have this AOA Wonder Studio Wonder Baked Highlighter. It looks really pretty in the packaging here. It's this kind of gold champagne-y color. So I'm pretty hopeful on this. This is probably one of the things when I saw on the package that I was most hopeful for. So I'm just going to take my brush here, see if I can coat my brush. It's light. I'm going to take a fan brush instead, see if that helps. But the color is pretty. Yeah. So I kind of like that it's a little bit not as blinding, because if you are somebody who doesn't want a whole lot of highlight, you just want a nice kind of sheen to it, this is very pretty. But you can also sit here and go back and add a little bit more and add a little bit more and get enough shine if that's what you want. So you can build it up. And I really do like this color. So for me, I'm not mad at this highlighter for $1. Not mad. Before I move on to my eyes and my eyebrows, I do want to say what's really interesting is that now that it's been a little bit and my other stuff is on and the foundation and concealer has had time to sit, it's not bad. Like, it actually settled a little bit more. So I'm going to move on to eyes, and for that I have a couple different things I'm going to try. The first is I have this little foreshadow eyeshadow set, and I just got, and this is by Amuse Cosmetics. And again, this was only $1, so it has these 4 shades here. One of them is kind of a shimmer shade. These two are a little shimmery, this one more so, and then these two are matte. So I'm just going to use that. And I also have these 2 eyeshadow powders by Princessa, and there I have shade 13 and 34, and these are supposed to be kind of like glittery, so we'll see. So I just want to show you guys, this is kind of what they look like. So they're full, and I'm probably gonna be careful, but they're loose powders instead, rather than a pressed powder, and they definitely have a kind of pretty little sheen to them. So I'm gonna play with these as well. So first I'm gonna start with this shade right here. It's just kind of a setting shade, transition shade, if you will. It's not super pigmented, but it's also not horrible. It's not super patchy, which is nice. There is a lot of kickback on it, but I'm glad that these pans are so big. But again, you know, you have to take the price into consideration here. I'm gonna go in with a darker shade here, and I'm gonna pop that in my crease. Yeah, there's a lot of fallout, so just be aware. If that is something that seriously bothers you, this is not going to be a good eyeshadow palette for you. If it's not, then you know what, it's worth $1. Loose powders like this are not something I really use very often, so I'm just going to go in with a flat brush here. I'm going to first try it. It is not wet. This is a dry brush, and I didn't put any concealer down or anything like that, so I'm going to try it like this first to see how the shadows perform without anything additional. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, of course it's loose, so you have to be careful, follow. That's a given. Pretty pigmented even without anything, so I'm just going to kind of very, very lightly dust it across using my brush here that I used for the transition shade. So that's not bad. That's actually really pretty. What I want to do now is I'm going to go in with concealer, not the one I used on my face, one I already own. I'm going to use this concealer kind of as a more sticky surface for the powder to stick to see if that'll make a difference. So the color is still a little sheer, but it is sticking way better than it did on just the surface that already had shadow on it. So I'm gonna go back in with this and kind of blend those edges. But that worked much better, and I think it's a really pretty color. I think this would also really work well for a topper, but laying that concealer down first really helped that shadow stick. And I think it's pretty. Again, for a simple little $1, I am not mad at this. The formula I like, but I don't really like the applicator. I'll try to show you guys if you can see that the applicator is really, it's pretty thick as far as an eyeliner applicator goes, and it's really pretty stiff, so it's hard to maneuver, but I do like the formula, so I'm not terribly mad at the eyeliner. And I'm just going to try the mascara here. I can already tell it's a little goopy on the end, so we'll see how it is on the eye. So far it's not doing anything for the eyelash here. Well, that was kind of a disappointing bust. mascara really didn't do anything. It was really hard to use. I would sit there and coat it, and unless you like wiggle it around, the bristles are so darn stiff on this thing that you don't get anything actually on your eyelash. You're just like touching them. So I am going to move on to lips now, and that's kind of the last thing I have to show you guys. I do have a few different things here that I will be trying. The first one that I actually think I'm going to put on my lips is by Amuse, and it is a liquid lipstick, I believe, and it is in shade 2065. I don't really know what that means, but it's this really pretty kind of berry toned, and I do like the jewels here. It kind of reminds me of the packaging for the Tarte lip topper here. And this is what the applicator looks like. It's pretty standard. So I'm going to apply this first, see how it dries down, and then I might try to top it with this diamond lip gloss here. We'll just try it out. It has a smell to it, but it's so faint I can't really tell what the scent is. So as I let this dry down, oh my god, it looks so dark on camera. It's really not that dark. But I will say I'm not mad at the formula. It was a little thin, but you can just build on it. It's not, I don't hate it. I just don't like the applicator. It's the applicators that are mostly killing me, you guys. It was so stiff and hard to use that it was hard to kind of get it on the right contours of the lips. And it was just, it was not bendable. It didn't keep a whole lot of product on it, so I kept having to dip in and out and in and out just to get enough on my lips. But the lip product itself, I'm not mad at. I do like it. It applied smoothly. It just took a lot to kind of build it up. It wasn't splotchy or chunky. It just was a little sheer. But in the meantime, I'm going to swatch this one for you. I'm not going to put this one on. This is a matte lipstick, but also by Santee or Santee. And it's this really pretty kind of rosy red color. So I just kind of want to swatch this for you guys. It's actually quite pink. In this, it looks like a red. On this, it's a bright pink. So I don't know really what happened there. But it's really pretty sheer here, but it was buttery. So again, it seemed like a nice formula. But it's very sheer on here, one that you'll have to build up, or if you just kind of want a light color, nothing too crazy, it might work for you. Now that this has mostly dried down, I'm going to try out this diamond lip gloss. This is by AOA. It's very glitzy and glittery, so the diamond is appropriate. So this is the packaging. It's kind of cute. I'm not mad at the packaging. AOA seems to be doing okay for me. It seems to be a decent brand. Just going to swatch that for you. You can't really see it because it's a lip gloss, but it's very pretty. I think as a lip topper, this will probably work out, and I'm excited. Here we go. That's pretty. I mean, it is coating my brush, you know, which kind of stinks. But, and again, the applicator stinks. You have to like scoop the product out here. I would definitely call this more of a lip topper because as I'm putting it on, I'm not losing any pigment of the darker color underneath. So there is really no pigment to it. All it is doing is adding basically glitter to my lips, which, you know, we all know I love glitter. So this is it, you guys. This is the final look using a full face of $1 makeup. Again, all of this came from Miss A. There were some definite wins here. I liked the highlighter here. I liked the blush. I liked the eyeshadows. These I liked, and I definitely like these lip products I have on right now. Some of them were pretty big misses, mostly the face products, the foundation, the concealer, the primer. These were not really big wins for me whatsoever. It's not as bad as it was to begin with, meaning I could walk outside and not feel like people are going to stare at how bad my makeup job is. But yeah, so I'm excited about the wins. Again, all of it was $1, so even though some of them were losses, you know, it's $1. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comment section if there's any other $1 makeup that you want me to try. But again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go so you don't miss out on those videos or any of the other great ones that I have. I have so many things that I'm going to be showing you guys, so I want to make sure, and you should make sure that you don't miss out by subscribing. But until I get those out for you guys, as always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.